right, so I'd like to welcome everyone this morning. We've got how many on board here? Let's see, we're looking at 32. Well, actually 31 because myself and Alex, well, he's gone, so it's 32. And I'd like to welcome you to Keynote. Now, what I'd like to find out is if you all have Keynote app on your iPad. That's what I'd like to find out.
I have it, yeah.
I do.
Yeah, because okay, so today you wouldn't be doing anything really on Keynote. You'll be watching mostly, but Monday you'll be doing. Okay, you'll actually be doing something on Keynote. So if we don't have the app, please let me know so I can assist you in getting it downloaded, and we could take it from there. But while that's on, you can either raise your hand and then I'll take some time out to show you how to download the app if you don't have it on your iPad. Okay.
I don't know about doing that.
John. Okay. Hello, Miss Anderson. Okay.
Good
So
morning.
so what does your app look like? If you could see me circling right now, this blue icon here, this
Yes.
is what the app looks like. It should be on your iPad. Should be. But
So
if
I need to go back up.
well, what you would need to do is hit your home button just once, and
I
then
have it.
go to your home screen, and then look for the app. If you don't see it on the first page, then it's perhaps on the second page or the third.
I have it.
Right. But that's the app we'll be working on. But don't worry, you won't be doing anything this morning on it. You'll basically, you can ask questions, you can watch, whatever it is. But Monday is when you will need it. Okay?
Sure.
So what is Keynote? It is a presentation software application developed as part of the iWorks productivity suite by Apple. If we were to go back, this is the suite right here. We did Pages last week and the week before. This is where we are right now at Keynote. And this here is for spreadsheets for example, if you were keeping numbers or a database, this is what this one is for, like spreadsheets, okay? All right, so it was developed back in March of 2020, just 3 years ago. And this is the app. This is what you look for. Now, you notice when I clicked on that, what happened, right? That's the effect of using this. You can have animation where things appear and disappear. So it's really neat to play with. I enjoy finding out more about it. So you may, you know.
It's what I sent your wedding card to Teresa.
Right. So
I did, I forgot.
So what does Keynote app do? Again, it's used by students, professionals, and anyone who needs to make a slideshow, like the slideshow I'm presenting right now.
Mm-hmm.
The Keynote app comes preloaded on your iPad and can be downloaded free from the App Store. If you've deleted it, well, we can always go back and grab it again.
Teresa, can I interrupt? You
Sure.
didn't read the disclaimer. I was waiting for that.
Oh my goodness.
Do we really have
Do we need
to?
it?
I mean, I think we all know it by heart by now.
No, but I mean, I thought it was part of the program.
It is part. She's right. She's doing the right thing. She's reminding me. But since there's no medical information
Okay,
on it,
all right, cool.
Yes.
we'll hop over it
Thank
for
you
today.
very much.
Leave it to Beaver. Leave it to
Right.
Beaver.
Okay, so let's watch a brief video on what is Keynote. Just be relaxed. Don't try to keep up with it. Watch what it can do and how simple it is to put together. Just watch this video.
Hi, my name is Siti and welcome back to the channel where we make educational technology easy for you. Today's video is all about Keynote on iOS, in particular on an iPad, and I'm going to show you everything you need to know about Keynote to get started right away. So let's dive into it with another flipped classroom tutorial. Now, first things first, make sure you have Keynote installed on your iPad and go ahead and open up Keynote. Now, Keynote is a presentation software and it's extremely powerful. Creating a new Keynote can be done by simply clicking on the plus icon in the top right corner. But do note, every Keynote presentation starts from a theme. Now, for this demonstration, we're going to select the theme with the motorbike. Now, this gives us a couple of extra elements that we can work with, and I will walk you through everything that there is to those elements. So let's go ahead and tap on that motorbike. Now, we have a brand new Keynote, and it's called the showroom theme. Our Keynote environment has three significant areas. We have our slide selector on the left-hand side, we have our main workspace, and then we have the menu at the top. Now, in order to add different slides to your slideshow, simply tap the plus in the bottom left corner. So let's do that right now. And let's select the second template option. This is the one with the large motorbike showing. Now, in Keynote, whenever you double tap on an element, you can then edit this element. However, note that when you only tap once, you will be presented with some formatting options. And that's what I would like to do first. So let's tap once on our motorbike. Now, we've only tapped once, and the reason for that is because we want to tap on that paintbrush in the top right corner. So let's go ahead and tap on the paintbrush, and there we are presented with some formatting options. Now, this works across all elements on your Keynote presentation: text, images, charts, or anything you put on your presentation. And we're going to give this image a border. Now, the border I'm going to select is going to be a chalk effect. So let's go ahead and select that chalk effect at the bottom, and then let's just go back to style. Now, this border has been added for us. Now, all that's left for us to do is choose a color and then a thickness or width for this border. So let's go ahead and select a width of 5 points and then change the color to be a soft blue. And there we go. You can now see that you've added a border onto your image. This literally took us a couple of seconds, and you can do this with almost any element. Let's do the same thing with the text. Let's tap once, press our little paintbrush, and you will again see there are some formatting options. Do note that at the top, you have some submenus. We are currently, because we've tapped on a text, in the text option, but we can switch this back to style or go to a range where we can choose how far back our image is. This is the same way that you would layer different images in other programs. Now, what I'd like you to play with now in terms of text is I'd like you to change the paragraph style. So let's go ahead and select caption red, and let's then double tap that same text. This time we're double tapping because now we're going to type our own title. So I'm going to just type test title. We click on return to go to the next line, demo Keynote. And we are done. Let's go ahead and open up a third slide. So go ahead and tap on that plus icon, and then we're going to select a new slide. Now, this new slide can be any slide. Just make sure that there is plenty of white space, as we're going to be adding some charts and tables. Now, adding extra elements onto a slide is super easy. Simply tap the plus icon in the top right corner. Now, once you've done that, you will see you have some sub menus. The first is tables. The second is charts. Now, there's three types of charts. You have 2D charts, 3D charts, and there are some interactive charts. The third option is shapes. And again, there are multiple types of shapes available. And then the final option is to insert extra media. This could be an image, it could be a video, or some audio. Again, this is what makes Keynote extremely powerful. You can use this presenter software to create animations and fully integrate other multimedia elements such as video and audio without any difficulty. So let's go ahead and select the first option, which is a table. And we're going to tap any of these table styles. Now, remember, you can swipe left and right to choose different styles, but I quite like this one. Tap once to get that brush icon in the top corner that allows you to change the formatting, or double tap on any of the elements to then actually input data. So let's go ahead and do that now. We're going to type test 1 and 2. So let's go ahead and put some data in there, test 1 and test 2. We're going to give our columns a heading as well. So let's say test A and then test B. Now you will quickly notice that working in Keynote on an iPad is super intuitive. It's just a matter of tapping the right spots and the right elements and then editing those using your formatting or by typing in the information that you want. Now let's say that I've made a mistake and the header for test A needs to go to where test B is. What I can do is I can tap it once and then I can simply tap and hold, which allows me now to move this around my screen. Again, a very good way of working with tables and data, and it just makes everything so much easier to use on a touch device. And that's how you can insert a simple table. Now, one final thing to note when you're using tables is that when you tap on your table once, you can add rows, remove rows, or do the same with columns. Now that icon is slightly hidden at the end of your rows and columns. Now, when you tap on that, you can choose how many columns or how many rows you have in your table. This way you can simply add and take away rows and columns. Now let's open up a fourth slide. And for this slide, we're going to use charts. So go ahead and navigate to the charts menu inside your plus or add an element. We're going to select the second, which is charts. And for this demonstration, we are not going to limit ourselves to 2D charts. We're actually going to have a play with a 3D chart. So go ahead and select any of these charts that you like. You can see because they're 3D, you can move them around in space and resize them. Now, once you have a chart in place, tap it once. And one of the options at the top will say Edit Data. This is where you will go to then edit the actual data used in this chart. It opens up a table, and that's where you can input data. Now, what's really good about Keynote is that you will see that little cogwheel at the top left corner. And when you tap that, you can choose to plot your rows or plot your columns. This makes it super easy to then change your chart instantly and have it look different or have it reflect the actual brand identity you want to use in your Keynote. So let's go ahead and choose what we like. And then once we're finished, we will tap on Done. And there we go. We now have a chart. But can you also move your slides around? Yes, you can. Let's go ahead and tap on the second slide and let's tap and hold this slide. And again, it's very easy. You simply move it around. Intuitive, quick, and easy to use. Now, if you would like to see what your presentation looks like, simply go to the first slide and press the play icon in the top right corner next to the paintbrush. This shows you exactly how your presentation will be reflected on the big screen. Now you can see it's a very static presentation because we haven't added any animations yet. And that's the final thing we're going to look at in this beginner's tutorial for Keynote on iOS. How can we add some animations? Well, let's navigate to our very first slide. And here on our very first slide, we're now going to add an animation, a transition from this slide onto the second. Now, where do we do that? Simply tap the slide in your slide selector, and you will be presented with some options. Now, your standard cut, copy, delete options are there, but one of the options is transitions, and that's the option we want right now. So go ahead and select your transition. So we're going to select transition. And this is where we can now choose a different transition. So I'm going to choose the blinds because that's the most obvious one. And then I'm going to tap options. Now, why am I tapping options? Options gives you more control over the animation. It allows you to change the speed, direction, and sometimes even the entire effect. So I'm going to change the direction to up and the duration. I'm going to make it a little bit longer so that you can really clearly see that transition. Scrolling down, you will see I can also choose when do you start this transition. Is it on tap or is it immediately after the previous transition? You are using Keynote to create little stop motion animations, or if you're using it to create videos, then I would highly recommend that you set it to after previous transition. However, if you are using it to present, then on tap is probably the best option there. So let's leave it as it is, and let's just leave this slide. You will notice that there is now a small triangle on my slides selector. And the reason for that is because we've added a transition. So let's go ahead and see what this looks like when we play our presentation. Nothing happens. And as soon as I tap the screen, you will see the blinds animation starts running and it transitions over into the second slide. So I would suggest that you just play around with your transitions. Now, it's very easy to overdo transitions. So make sure that you're limiting your transitions to 2 transitions per presentation, or simply have your slides transition from one to another without a transition. That's perfectly fine. Jump cuts are still appropriate. And that's all there is to Keynote on iOS. And in particular,
Okay, so that gives us the idea of what we're going to be doing. We're going to be looking at how to add those slides, how to add images, videos, as well as animation. That's what we're heading. And then hopefully on Monday, we can actually have each of you, creating maybe about 4 slides of different things and becoming familiar with it. All right. Okay. So as mentioned in the video, the first thing in Keynote is that you must begin with a theme of various presentations that they offer, their templates, just like in Pages, the same thing. And you must begin with what I'm circling here, create a presentation. That's what. Okay, now for some of you, this is a screenshot of mine when I first became familiar with Keynote, which was about last October. Here's the date when I explored it. And so this is what it appeared like on my iPad when I first downloaded it and began working on it. For some of you, it may not appear this way because you haven't even utilized yours as yet. But at some point, it will begin to look somewhat like this. And notice over here, we've got like a nav bar with all the various recent, where is the presentation located? At this point, I wanted it on my iPad because I do have an iCloud, which most of my things are stored, but this particular one is on my iPad, the one that I'm going to be working on. And here we have recently deleted things that I deleted. If I wanted to go back and retrieve, I can. And so this is what it looks like once you get into Keynote. So again, themes for Keynote app contains an impressive collection of Keynote designs for your presentation. Every template can be used to create a content-rich and captivating presentation that will truly impress your audience. Yeah, impress your audience. So to create a Keynote presentation, you first choose a theme, which is a collection of pre-designed slide layouts you use as a starting point. We did cover this in Pages. Remember when you chose your templates? Well, we chose a blank one to begin with, but there you had options. You could choose newsletter, you could choose. Well, when we did the cards, we did the card last Friday, we again used a blank one, but you had options. Same here. All right, so as mentioned, presentations begins with a theme. Okay, so this is what your theme will, you get all these, you have basics, dynamic, minimal, bold, different types of templates available to select from. Now here's a screenshot of where I started. I basically, this is what it looks like once you get started. Over here is your main working area, the slide that you're currently working on once you get started. And over here you have what is called the thumbnails, the ones that you have already created. All right, so in the slide view, which is the body, this one right here, a single slide appears in the Keynote window, which provides a bigger canvas for editing. So this is the area you're working in. You can show or hide the slide navigator. This here, you don't have to have it visible. You can select to do that, and I'll show you how once you begin. But this is the icon here where you say, okay, I want to see those thumbnails. So you tap that and it will be visible, or you undo it when you don't want to see this and you just want to see the actual slide that you're working in. You want to name your presentation, just like we did in Pages. You want to begin by naming it. Up here, it says presentation 2 when I took the screenshot. And so all I needed to do was to tap here, and this opened, and then tap rename, and then I would name my presentation. Okay. Yep. Open the presentation you want to rename, tap the presentation name, type a new name in, and so forth. To quickly delete the current name, if you don't want that name, you just tap in the text field again, and it's renamed. Now, as far as saving your presentation, it saves automatically. You don't have to worry about remembering to save it. And anytime you could rename the presentation or create a copy of it with a different name. Navigation. The slide navigator shows the thumbnails of the slides that make up your presentation, and it appears on the left of the Keynote window, as shown here. Okay, it says slide view, you could do either of the following to show the nav. If it's not visible, you just pinch close on the slide to reduce the zoom level to fit smaller, and you can tap the button showing the slide number at the top of the left-hand corner. And again, don't try to remember any of this stuff, because it's all, where does it all, how do you really get it? By doing it. That's where you learn, by doing. Trying to remember, it doesn't work. You have to actually do it. All right. This is how you get to, for example, this is showing that I have 10 slides, and I am currently in the 4th slide. That's where I'm working. All right. This here is when you want to zoom, make it bigger or smaller. I'm showing you some of the features. For example, if you were to go into the format, which is the paintbrush, this is what you'll see. This is, if you wanted to format the actual slide, you would hit the paintbrush, and then this drop down will open up and say, what title do you want it? What background do you want? Do you want to have your different backgrounds, color? All these things are just touch of a finger, and you have all these various options. This is for the current slide you're in. All right, styling it. You can add photos from your gallery, take a photo, you can record an audio, you can adjust the background color of your slide. Yeah, it is so creative. If you love art, you love colors, it is the most beautiful thing to work with. Okay, so here, as you could see, you can add a web video, you can go to your image gallery, and you can do drawings and various things. You can collaborate with others. For example, if I was working on a presentation with one of you, we can work to it together as a team. All right, you can edit after you've created, you can go back and make changes on it. All right, so basically, again, to create your first Keynote presentation, you need to choose a theme. Okay. Is a theme. A theme is a set of elements for creating a presentation, like a placeholder, text, and images, coordinated colors, and so on. When you create a presentation in Keynote, you choose a theme. You can modify the themes however you like after you create a new presentation, and you can change which theme a presentation uses at any time. All right, how do you add a new slide? Well, this is the feature here. Look for that blue plus sign. And I'm going to go to the iPad a little while and start doing things so you could see. Adding slides. Adding media, changing your background, placeholders. Yep, all done on your iPad. Deleting a slide is easy, right? You can delete. Yes. All right, selecting a theme. Your first slide layout. Is it to use a different slide layout for the first slide? In other words, if you choose a theme for the first one and you want to choose a different theme for another slide, you can do that. Each slide layout offers a different arrangements of text and images that you use at a starting point for your content. don't have to stick to the same theme. You can change it on your second, third, or fourth slide. This is what your edit menu looks like. You can edit once you get into the editing mode. All right. This is a close-up shot of your menu at the top. Again, this is format, the paintbrush. When you see this paintbrush, think of formatting. When you see this plus sign, think of adding. Okay? If you want to collaborate with someone, like have someone work with you, this is the icon you'll be using to do so. And this more is where you can add videos, you can add all different things using this more icon here. 3 dots. Okay. All right. You can play the presentation after, like shown in the video, and so forth. So I'm going to stop now at this point, and now I'm going to switch now to the actual iPad and begin to share my screen there and show you how it's really done, how simple it is to do. That's what I'm going to be doing. All right, so let me stop sharing on this device. I'm now going to switch to the iPad. I'm going to go to Zoom and begin to share my screen. And then you can ask questions at this point while I'm doing it.
Teresa, when we did this last year,
Mhm.
I think I chose the theme of a flyer. I hope that's the same thing, the Lost Cat, and I think I sent it to you. Was that Keynote?
That was Keynote.
Okay, yeah, okay.
All right, so now I'm on sharing my screen. Now I'm going to go back now to Keynote, which again, it's the icon of this. Can you see the podium there at the
Yes.
bottom of my screen? That's the app. I opened that up and I started to play with it, and but I'm going to start from scratch. So I'm going to exit out of this, go back to, so this is what my screen looks like at the beginning. Okay, notice as I mentioned over here, this is where everything I could select. Do I want to go to iCloud if I have? Do I want to go on my iPad, recently deleted, downloads, and so forth? Or I can even have a file system where I could file my current slides that I created, all in that file, that folder there. All right, so I'm going to create a new slide show. And where do I begin? All right, it says that these are existing ones. So basically, these are all I have existent. So I could basically, hold on, let me.
Teresa,
Yes, go ahead.
I think I missed the icon that you said that you started with the Keynote.
Oh, okay. So it looks like, okay, it looks like a podium. Hold on. Let me go back. Now, can you see my screen now with a
Yes.
podium at the very bottom? Let me see if I could find it somewhere. Here
What
it
is
is.
it?
Okay, can you see where it's right below on my screen in a square box, the top row, the third from the left? You see an icon that looks like a podium?
Oh,
Yeah.
it looks
That's the
podium?
Keynote. Yeah, that's the Keynote. So you're looking
Is it-
for
the one right under Zoom.
I can put in here, I'm gonna put in here Keynote. I can do a search. So
Okay.
There it is, right there.
The one under Zoom.
I think
Okay.
it looks like a cake
Thanks,
slide.
thanks, Ann.
that's what it
It's the
looks
one
like.
under Zoom. Thank you.
All right.
Yep. Thank you.
All
Thank
right.
you all.
I'm back. I'm back
All
in Keynote. I'm in there and it says, what do I want to do? Well, I want to create what? A presentation. So I can tap on it. And that option is choose a theme, right? Because it begins with a theme. So I'm going to choose a theme. And there are all the various templates that are available. All right. So like in the video, the chap chose the motorcycle one, the show road. But this one, you could scroll down and choose anything that you prefer. So as you can see, there are many options here. So there's this one called My Presentation. There are many of them. Portfolio, craft. So if you want, tell me which one to choose and I will choose it. We could begin working on one. Any suggestions of which one I should choose?
Editorial.
Editorial,
3 boys, where the 3 boys' pictures were.
3 boys. Let's look for that one.
Look like
Oh,
3
yeah,
boys.
that's a nice
Yeah.
one. So I selected it. Now remember, keep in mind that this is like one with a placeholder. So this is an editorial template. And it opens up and it's a double tap to edit. What are we going to call it? Since it's an editorial, what are we going to call it? That's our
Wow.
first slide.
My 3 sons.
Pardon me?
I said my 3 sons.
My 3 sons. So I'm going to double tap.
Fans, yeah,
I
that's
was
good.
thinking the same thing.
I double tapped and what came up? The keyboard. So my 3 sons. Okay, now I want to see some more, so I could drop the keyboard by looking for the keyboard key on the keyboard. Tap that, and there it is. Now, do I want to use that font, or do I want to change the color? What would you like me to do? Should we
Put some
change?
color in it.
Put some
Change the
color in it.
color.
Yeah, we could change the color. We can even give that area a background. We could change the background of that slide. So
Oh, okay.
which one should we start with, a background or start with the text?
Background.
Okay.
Yeah, background. Start with background, maybe.
So, right, to start with the background, I just need to tap and it should, there we go. It's asking me, what do I want to do? Well, there's nothing here on this one. So I will start with the paintbrush. I'm going to go over here and tap on the blue paintbrush. And there it is. Now that blue paintbrush is allowing me to do anything I want on the entire slide here. That opened up. The layout, the background, the body, the slide number, all these different things. These are options available. So I'm going to start with a background, okay? Right now it's showing as white, and it's now giving me an option. It says, do I want to use a preset color or gradient or an image? What would I like to? So I'm going to choose what? Color?
Color.
So I'm going to
Yes.
select, it's right here, and there's my color chart. What color do I want to make its background?
That says boy is some shade of blue.
You want to go with
Okay.
some blue?
Some shade of light blue, maybe.
Is that color? There's that color. There are many shades of blue.
Light, come down lighter.
That's good.
Yeah.
And there's even a lighter one.
No,
See
go.
that?
Go back to this one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good.
Okay.
They're all good. So
it.
the group choose. I don't know. They're all good to me. But that one's just pretty right there.
Well, I like that.
Or,
Yeah.
right, if I didn't want to change the color, I could also go to image. It'll ask me, do I want to change the image? Meaning, let's see, choose a photograph. I wanted to put a photograph of 3 boys there, like,
Oh, that's what it is.
right? So I could choose. Now I would have to have a photograph of 3 boys in my gallery there. But let's say I don't, and I don't. So, but let's tap here. It's going to say, actually, it's taking me to my gallery. I don't have one of my 3 sons, but I might have one in here of my grandson. Okay, I've got some of my great nieces and nephews I saw recently. So I'm going to go ahead and select, just for the sake of selecting the photograph. And there they are. That's me.
Oh
And
my, that is
those are my,
gorgeous.
yeah, these are
That's
actually my
beautiful.
nieces and nephews. I went to visit them
Amazing.
2 weeks ago.
That's a lovely picture, Miss Teresa.
This is them. It was
A
her
beautiful
sister.
family.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's how I would add a photograph. But let's say I don't want to add a photograph. I can just tap on that and select the object, and it will say, double tap on it. I can go back to formatting, and I can actually take that photograph out, right?
Okay.
Go back to just color. I should be able to go back, tap this to, let me see, I should be able to tap and delete this. Done. Now let's tap and select the object, select slide layout. Let's see, select done. So I have to play with it now because let's say I don't want to use that photo. I want to stick to that lovely blue background.
Okay.
Here, I should be able to go in here now and go back now and actually select the one,
Oh, that's nice.
small one. Okay.
Yeah.
So you
in the
got
beginning.
options. So
Uh-huh.
go ahead, select that one, and there you go. It's gone. I selected
Okay.
one, you all selected. But, and here, these are all my options here. There's another one that I can add.
So do the blue background for the three boards.
You want, but then if we do that, we would have to perhaps shrink the picture.
Oh,
The
okay,
blue background.
okay.
Yeah,
I
we
see.
would have to do, but we can work on that. But this is the background. This is what we selected.
I see the one at the top, at the upper left-hand corner. I see that.
Yeah. Mhm. So that's how you start with your background.
Okay.
Oh,
All right.
so this is
Now-
how they put that stuff together on the is that
Okay.
yours?
Miss
So I-
Teresa,
Shrink the picture. Go ahead.
go back to how you got rid of the first picture.
Whoa.
The ones
Well,
with you.
basically, I overlaid it. That's basically what I did.
Oh, what
Just
did you
imported
touch?
another picture.
What did you touch?
The paintbrush. I went.
Oh,
I took
okay, I
the
got it.
paintbrush and I selected the one that I want to cover up the existing one.
Right, okay.
Just selected it and it just disappeared.
Yeah, I got it.
Okay. Good
Mhm.
question. So now that we have this here, we could actually add a text. Now notice is basically it's not visible anymore what we added. But let's say I wanted to add the text. Well, no, let's see. This one here. This is the one. So I can hit a text. A text box should open up once I select text. Okay, so here's my text box, which I just opened up. And double tap, remember my
3 sons.
sons. All right, drop it.
Yeah.
Now it's too small, right? So I want
Right.
to, so I can tap again to format it. Okay. Select object.
Teresa, do you indicate where you want the text to appear? Because
Yes, I
problem
did.
was-
I dragged it. I dragged it to where I want it to be. It just shows up. Okay, let's do this. Let's do it again. Let me do it
yeah,
again.
because mine kept coming over the picture and I didn't want that.
Right. All right, let's get rid of this again. Select, and I'm going to delete this text box. I want to cut it. All right, good question, Yvonne. I want
Thank
to, so I'm going to now go up to where, tap on it. Now it's going to show up, it showed up wherever. Notice,
see.
see the blue dots?
Yes.
I just take my finger and move it down. That's what
Oh,
I
I
do.
see.
Oh,
Then I can expand it
Mm-hmm.
to the size
And
that
then-
I want it.
Okay.
And I double tap to add the text in there.
Okay.
Thank you for asking that
Good
question because I was wondering the same thing. I didn't know. And I didn't see the blue dot until the second time around. So thank you for that.
Right, my 3 sons, do we want to leave that font there? We want it larger, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah,
Tap it to select it. Then I'm going to go to format. I'm going to select format. I can make it, I want to make it even more. I want to do more to it than that. So now I can choose text in the style. I can
The
basically,
style of writing.
let's go with text for now and begin with increase the fonts size. Right now it's at 42. We can increase it.
so you just tap on the plus.
Yeah. To increase it. Come on. Right?
It got bigger.
Go to format. And now I can tap on it and it should be able.
I thought it got bigger. Did it come bigger? No,
Get bigger, but that much, not that much bigger, but let's say we wanted.
just a little bit. Yeah.
Do you tap on the plus sign? I mean, that was there beside the.
We could do that. Yep.
No plus.
All right, so what? Let's go here. I'm highlighting it because I want to go back to format.
Mm-hmm.
And now I can tap on that plus sign.
Yes.
There you go. And it increases right before your eyes.
That's
Brilliant.
good.
Do I want to make it bold? Yes. I
Yes.
can make it bold. Do I want to change? Let's see
The
what
font.
the font type. We could change the font type.
Mm-hmm.
We can select one from here, any one that you are. This is the one we used for the program last week.
Yeah. Get
Which
that
was
thing
very
bigger.
nice.
Which was
It
Yes.
was beautiful.
with Bridget's idea, but we
Mhm.
there are others we could choose from. Another one that I really like is called Brandy. I think it's called Brandy. We go up.
It's amazing how they got so many different styles of writing.
Bradley hands.
Mhm.
Bradley
That's
hand.
nice.
There you go.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
nice.
Yeah.
So now, do we want to give this now a different look? Do we want to get rid of that white area?
Frank,
Yeah. They
Yeah,
did a nice
that's
color.
true.
Yeah, let's see if we can get rid of the white area and make it blue as you all said. All right, so
The background.
white. So let's see, we could
Change.
color.
Yes, no, change color. There you
Back to
go.
that blue that everybody liked. There you go.
Okay. That made it pop a little bit.
It's
could
not
you put a
difficult.
white frame around the picture?
Let's do that. Let's select
Yeah.
it. I'm going to tap on it. I'm now going to go to, I should be able to go to format here, and it should ask me, what would I like to do?
Says border.
Border.
Yep, put a border on. Now, what color border do we want?
You say white.
All
Same
right.
as the writing black, probably.
Yep, we can increase the size of it though. So we've got
The width of the
bits of
border.
it. Yeah. We can make it dots, dashes. Look at all those. Those are wonderful.
Mhm.
Which one shall I choose?
A thick border, or I don't know, maybe that zigzag one, or I don't. What did Bert
Try
think?
that one.
I like the one under the dots.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
This
I was
one
trying to
here?
see if that was letters. Oh, that's just the. Yeah.
Okay, so that's basically, there's others down here that we can look
Oh,
at.
okay.
There's a black one.
Yeah, something kind of youthful.
Yeah. Go back, try again, because it didn't show up. So I wonder why. So we've got border turned on and we've got, but it's not visible, is it?
No.
It's got the
Make it-
color, it's black.
make
Maybe
it
that's
black.
why. The color is black on there. Is that why, Teresa?
That could be why it didn't show up.
Yes.
Let's make it what, a dark blue,
And maybe wider.
whiter.
Wider, WIDER, wider.
Wider, okay. Let's see.
Yeah,
It's
see,
Where it says with,
Yeah.
with.
There you go. There it is. It's now showing up. There it is. Showed.
oh, okay, yeah, I see the border, uh-huh.
But it's not that visible.
It's not that
It's
visible.
being black, like the
Let's
letters.
make
I
it
think.
more visible then.
Yeah,
All
make
right.
it black.
Make it black. All right. So
Yeah.
let's-
Like the letters.
Yeah,
There
that
was
might make it
the
stand
other-
out a little bit better.
wait a minute. Border color. It's okay. So let's make it.
Oh,
There it is. It's in black.
Mhm.
There it is.
Oh,
Yeah.
the border got a picture. Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's not bad at all. That made it pop a little bit too. Maybe it can be a little thicker, maybe. I don't know what the group
Yeah,
thinks.
it could be thicker. We can go back. We can select it
Mhm.
again. Go back. And we can up.
With the plus sign, I guess.
That's what I'm tapping on.
Not bad, getting real
Yeah.
fancy. there.
Yeah, that's good.
that's good.
I like that.
That's
Yeah.
good.
Mhm.
That's cute. That looks youthful and
Mhm.
expressive.
All right.
Yeah,
So that-
and it gives it even more pop. It's great. They got some beautiful smiles, those kids.
Mhm.
if I wanted to do something like animation as mentioned in the video,
Yes.
let's do that. So let's add another slide. So I'm going, how do I add another slide? I hit the plus sign down
Plus
below.
sign.
Yeah.
Go there. Add another slide, just any slide. And there's my other side. Now what I'm going to do now at this point, I don't like this slide. Right? Because it's the same of, it's like we just want a regular slide. So
Teresa, do you have to add another slide? Could you put animation on that picture?
I
of it?
could, yeah, if you want the picture, we can use a picture to slide in and out.
Yes, something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, that would be interesting.
Okay, so let's start with this part. Let's do some animation on the name. So to create an animation, I tapped first. Let's go back. Tap on it. Wait a minute. I want to start from the beginning again. Let's get back out of there. All right. I'm trying to get rid of this, close this, but it's not allowing me to close out. So for an animation, I needed to tap on this, and then it would give me the bar, which I selected animation. And
Okay.
animation consists of 3 parts: build in, the actual action that's going to take place, and the build out. Okay, how is it gonna come in? What's gonna happen once it's here? And then how to end it.
Okay.
So let's start with build in. Tap that, and we can do many things. We can make it dissolve. There you go. Right? We can make it appear. We can have it lowered.
Ugh.
We can make it dissolved.
So
We can make it drift.
Teresa, could I ask? I
Drift
didn't
in,
do this.
drifts out. We can drift and scale. There you go. I like that one. That was the best so far, drift and scale.
did it
So-
move? Did it come forward? And was that the animation part?
That was the animation there. Want me to do it again? I'll do it again.
Yeah, that would
Yes.
be great. Oh, how about that?
Which,
Look at that.
which one was that? The blur?
This
No, the
one,
drift and scale.
drift and scale.
Drift and scale. Uh-huh.
Then you can have it dropping in, where it just drops in.
Oh, okay.
Fade and move.
Huh?
Oh, you in my way.
Fade and move. This is fade and move. And then scale. Let's see what this one is. There you go. So you can do I love it. It's just so remarkable.
It
Miss
is.
Teresa, I missed how you went to animation.
Oh, well, I selected the object and
Oh.
then a bar comes up with the menu. On
At
that
the
menu,
bottom.
you could select the black bar. You select what it is. For example, let me go to this one here, and I can. It's not. There's nothing on it right now. I can't select, but wow, it's still giving me the animation thing. It's because I need to get out of animation and I'm still in it. So I selected it now. So I'm going to act the transition now. I can't go from one. I've got to complete what I'm doing.
We could,
before-
okay, then we could start over and do another one?
Yeah, we can do another one. I have another one
Okay.
I'd like to show.
Or how about the magic move? What did that do? Magic move.
So let's find out. Let's find out.
Magic move.
There it is.
How about that?
Disappeared. It
Uh-huh.
disappeared.
It disappears and comes
There
back.
it is.
Now you see it, now you don't.
This is
Mhm.
the clothesline.
Hey guys, if I may give a shout out, I want to just say thank you to Ms. Teresa and the group just for being here. I really didn't feel this iPad today. I was really just very challenged with my, challenges. And I'm just so grateful that I pushed past that and turned it on.
Well, good
Because
for you.
that
All
feeling is gone. Yeah,
That's
so
good.
Yeah,
Very
sometimes
good.
that's all it takes others to get you going.
yeah.
We glad you did too.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
thank you
Glad
so
to hear.
much. I just want to let you guys know that.
Thank you for
Okay.
sharing. Jim. Now we're gonna look at the confetti.
Oh,
Yeah, this can be
Here's
cute.
the confetti.
Oh,
Do
yeah.
it again.
Everything just went like
Oh,
And it's just all,
like a
Teresa.
bomb. It just went
Teresa,
in.
yes.
could you make the frame, like do some moving and then put the confetti like a boom?
It'll take some work. I have to think about that one. I'm sure you
But
can.
it-
But
Okay,
it's probably there would have to be separate entities to separate them to do
Okay.
different things. And I'm
Okay.
sure you can. It just will take work. Now we could do a drop. There, it dropped in. You can do a droplet. Look at that.
oh, I
Oh,
like that.
yeah.
oh, that's cute.
So
Yeah.
that's how they do those cards. I remember when I was out active and I would go in those cards that you open up and that thing would start doing different things.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, this is how they do some of that stuff, I imagine.
Teresa, was this picture in your gallery, in your photo gallery, this picture?
This one was a template. It's a template that we selected. We selected it.
Mhm,
Oh,
mhm.
it was a template. Oh, okay. Mhm.
Yeah, Miss, oh, I can't call your name.
you're right.
So
Mm.
Yeah.
that's it in a
She
nutshell.
pointed it out. Mhm.
So, all right. So,
Are you trying to say Yvonne?
Video
Right.
stashed.
so for those of you like Miss Duckett, you can play, it will read.
I don't have the faces up here. That's why you can't really see.
Mhm. And then, Miss James, Teresa, if you wanted to send
Animate
this to
slides and
someone,
objects.
Oh,
You
hold
can
on.
send
Black and white photo of 3 young children smiling. Contains
that?
builds.
Sorry about
Text
that, Yvonne.
box.
Mhm.
Text. Text
I want to go
box.
to the very
My
beginning.
3 sons.
Oh,
This is
the
for
thing
limited
talking.
people with limited vision. You play that.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Tells you what's going. Okay, Yvonne, what were you saying?
Oh, I was just saying, how would you send this to someone with this animation?
That's-
They would be
that's a
so
very good-
excited.
Yeah, it's a very good question. So let's do that. And then we're going to go back and do it again for those who didn't get it the first time. So at this point, we've completed this slide. We'll just do one slide. The next
I
thing I
think
want to do now,
Name.
I can hit menu. So that was the build.
Get it.
That was the build order. Okay. So,
Mhm.
all right. So the next thing I need to do is the duration. How long do I want this thing to happen for? Right now it's set at 1.5 seconds. You can change the seconds to longer. I don't know how much. longer.
Crazy. That's it.
This is the
I'm
highest.
sorry.
This is the highest.
How about 10 seconds?
I don't think
That's too long?
that's too long.
Yes, gone.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Well, 5.
Right, so tap. So we set it automatically. It right now it's at 0.5 seconds, so we can.
Oh.
So start. Okay. Notice this delete. If you don't like it, you can delete it. Okay. So that's basically to get it going. Now, let's build out. How do we want it to? And you can change the direction. You can have it disappear. Dissolve. Fade out. Iris. We've never tried the iris. And move out. That's iris. You can have it move out. Just move out. There you go. It's gone. Swipe. Lines. This is what he tried in the video. I think he did blinds. Yep.
Yeah, like a shutters, like blinds. Yeah.
Okay, so that's
Yeah,
basically
yeah, what you said. Yeah.
all right. So that's it. Okay, let's move that out the way.
So now you're going to share it with someone in
Yeah,
email
but-
or video or
Have to tap on it.
message.
Yeah, yeah. And let me put it to, hold on. All right, so I think I've got that done. Now I'm gonna go back now to it. It's done. And now I'm out of, oops, out of the animation mode. Now to share it, okay? I would, let's try this.
Well, I see the arrow up at the top, you know, with the square with the arrow. Would you just tap on that?
That's to play it. That's to actually play it. That's to play your slides, if you wanted to play your slide, the one we just created. Okay, that's basically to play it.
Oh,
Got it?
I thought that would be to share with someone.
No, 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 no. That was to play. That hour was to play. But now we're going to go back to it now. And we're going to now, I'm going to tap on this. It says, where it says they're fine. Nope, that's not it. So it's got to be this icon here.
It wouldn't be the one on the road with the paintbrush right there with the arrow that we usually use.
Okay, you see where it says with the arrow pointing up? That's your
Yes.
that's your share. So you're going to tap on that.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
Now, first thing we want to do though, if we're going to say we want to export it first. We want to convert it to PDF before, because you want the other person, in case they don't have Keynote, to be able to open it, right?
Right.
I'm
Okay.
going to hit export first. What do I want it to export as a PDF? A
PDF. Mhm.
PDF.
animated
Yeah.
GIF? I can make a GIF out of
But
it. Huh?
it says Keynote thing too.
And Keynote thing. But the person must have Keynote.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
so
So we're
PDF.
gonna do with
I got
PDF. I'm doing next week, I'm doing a thing on PDF files, because I think you all need to understand what is a PDF. So
Yes.
at some point, it's asking me, how do I want it laid out? I can choose the way I'll choose the first one, right? It's already, all right. And it's asking me, do I want all? Well, I really just have the one. Okay, so I'm gonna hit export and it's done. And now it brings me back. Now, somebody give me your email address and I'm going to email it to that person.
GGM 312.
Okay. GGM,
312.
the number 3,
312. 312.
312. That's it at
@iCloud.com.
okay. Oh, missing that L. C-E-O-U.
I just remembered that you can have it short. You can have
Okay, so I've entered it.
those things short.
Want to see how that's what it's looking like before it leaves. I'm now going to hit the send button, and it should show up momentarily. At Greer, is that you?
It's me and it's here.
There you go. Do you know how to share your screen?
How about that?
Do you know how to share your screen, Greer? Should I teach you how to?
I guess you gonna have, oh, God. Well, I guess
Yeah,
you
it's
gonna
your
have.
time to learn. So let me find you on the list and at this point, give you co-host so you can, everybody will learn to share at some point. So,
So it just popped, it came right through her email
to her
as a
email.
PDF. Okay.
All right, Greer, just today's your day to learn how to share.
Okay.
All right.
Y'all have
Yes.
to take me as I am.
We take you as you are.
You can do it. So I want you now at this point to tap on your screen. I want you to go to Zoom. Are you in Zoom right now? You're at Zoom, right? You have the Zoom.
Yes.
Screen. Do you see
Yes.
where it says share? I want you to tap on screen, share screen.
Oh, share screen.
Yeah, screen.
I see where it says share. I don't know about
Share
screen.
screen. It should be in green, green and white, green and black. Are you
Oh,
on
It says share contents.
all the way up
Okay,
in the upper
share-
right hand
share
corner.
contents?
Share
Okay.
contents.
Is that in the upper right hand corner?
Yep, share contents if that's what it's asking you to do.
Mm-hmm.
I don't see where it says share content.
It's
Oh,
in green. You
saw
see
that.
mute, you see mute, you see stop video. Next to that is share contents. In
Oh,
green.
yeah. I got it.
Okay, so now that
Okay.
you've done that, what is it showing now?
It says screen photos, iCloud Drive,
Well, you want to
Dropbox,
share your screen, so tap screen.
screen.
Mhm.
Go into Keynote.
Okay.
Now that you've done that, what is
The
the next?
broadcast says broadcast screen.
Yeah, start broadcast.
Oh,
And we should be seeing it once you start it.
I did, and it's has Zoom, but wait a minute, everything on your screen, including.
Yep, it's starting. It's starting. Once you see that. What happened?
Zoom is, well, at the top, it's a red.
Yeah,
light
something.
going-
Oh, I know what's going on. My fault. My fault. Hold on.
Okay.
It's my fault. Yeah, I've neglected to do something on my end. Okay, go ahead.
You didn't allow her to share your screen.
Yeah, I didn't stop sharing. Yeah,
So, so now it's going into Zoom for a minute, 1 minute and 4 seconds. But now the red light it says screen. Should I hit it again?
Yeah, hit it again.
I'm not getting it.
It's not doing it. Should I start broadcast and start again?
Start. Yes, start again. Broadcast.
Okay.
There you
There
go.
you
There you
Look
go.
at you.
Did it
Gotta
come
do
on?
Miss Greer.
Right.
So what?
Now, wait, listen to me. Now, I want you to hit your home button and go to your email. Hit your home button and go to your email app where you checked, where you received.
Okay.
Yeah.
Uh,
So this, yep.
okay.
Tap on that, tap on the email you received from. Okay, now downloading.
Downloading.
Is this my screen or what's going on?
No, it should be coming up.
Tap on it again. There you go. You got it.
Yeah.
Oh,
got
that
it.
was you guys coming through. Okay.
All right. Well, thank you so much.
All
Go
right.
ahead, Miss Greer. Go ahead.
Okay, now,
Now, oh, Teresa, it doesn't show the animation.
Hold on, hold
oh,
on.
that's a good question. Let's tap on it and see if it shows it. I doubt it because it's in PDF. PDF.
You
is
can't
not-
change a PDF.
Yeah, you can't change that.
Okay.
Doubt it.
Mhm.
Okay.
Very
Okay.
good question. I didn't think about that.
Mhm.
Oh, Miss Greer, what's your 3 sons' names since you send out the card?
Oh, that's a very good question. I don't have.
That's how it's done. Now, any questions before we wrap up? I'll be doing this again on Monday. So don't worry if you didn't get it today. Monday, we start off with it.
Yeah.
We're gonna make-
Teresa, yeah,
Yes.
I was trying to send something from Pages,
Mhm.
and because I didn't export it to PDF, I think I was not able to send it.
Yeah, you should be able to send it, but it's just you have to collaborate it. It has to go through collaboration and it just doesn't work. So there are more than one way. So best thing always is to export first.
Export, I didn't do that, see.
Export it first.
It didn't allow me to share it, by sending, but I'll remember that in Pages as well, right?
Yep, in any of these, yep. Mhm.
Teresa,
Okay,
do I have to do anything to turn
No.
it back over to you, or you?
I just did it.
She has to do it.
Okay.
Okay.
You don't graduate now, huh? Real, you really think you don't graduate?
Thank you so
Teresa,
much. I feel accomplished.
I see.
Congratulations. Congratulations.
Okay,
You
Brenda.
did
Can I
it.
ask you something? When we
Yeah,
make
Brenda.
these, when we make them up, there's no way when we send it that it will animate. It has to go to PDF first.
Well, no, we selected PDF, but if we were to
Okay.
send it in the theme, remember
Keynote.
an option at the bottom saying theme, it says Keynote theme. That if you send it with that, it will then animate, but
It'll
keep-
animate. Okay.
or PowerPoint, but keep in mind, whoever is opening it must have that, be able to open it on the other end.
Okay.
Must have either have PowerPoint or Keynote theme.
Okay. Okay. All right.
Open it with that.
So if I did one, I can send it to one of the people in the
Yeah, you
group.
can send it to any one of us.
Right.
as
Okay.
long as you
And
have-
it'll work.
Right, it will work. And that's why I want to teach you all more on PDF files so you get a very good idea of what a PDF stands for and why it's used, why it's popular.
Okay.
But that's coming up next week.
Okay. Okay.
Miss
Sounds good.
Teresa, that's a beautiful, excuse me, Brenda, that's a beautiful background. Is that from your private
That's
collection? Or
yeah, that was a picture I took for George's thing.
from your
Grow
garden?
these flowers. I actually grow those flowers.
Oh,
They're
my.
beautiful.
Beautiful.
Oh, what a joy. They
They're
are
my
good.
kids and my grandkids, I call them.
Oh, my goodness.
They get
That
daily
is
nurturing
wonderful.
from me. So after
That-
work, I go out there and I work in the garden. And then
Wow.
It's beautiful.
Beautiful.
Enjoy every second of that.
before I go, I wanted to
Right.
show you all, I'm going to stop screaming here. I show you all what I received from George's family late last night. I think I opened up with that, if you can remember her program, in case anybody's interested in what her
No.
program was like. Let me see if I
I
can,
saw that.
I'm going to go ahead and share my screen again.
Teresa, my daughter goes to the same church and she had the usher at the church yesterday.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
wow.
Yeah,
Yeah,
All right.
great.
Can you see my screen? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, the first slide, let me see if there is it. That's the first.
Oh,
Oh,
Nice.
When she was
beautiful.
younger. Beautiful.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Beautiful.
She aged beautifully
Yeah.
too. She aged.
Yes, she
beautifully.
did.
She really
Mhm.
did, didn't she?
Mhm.
Oh, my
She's
Yes,
more
she did.
beautiful. She's more
Yeah.
beautiful as she got older.
Yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Look at her skin, and she had her teeth. I mean, most
Yeah.
all.
So this is what it is.
Teresa,
That's
Uh-huh.
beautiful.
I
Is
like
as
that reading
gorgeous.
that they said about her.
Georgia
As beautiful
man.
as a rose to see. She definitely loved her roses. Wow, that was a
She
beautiful
loves
letter.
her flowers. Yes, she loves
Mm.
This is a
working in
story of her, is called Her Journey. And look at this. This is
94 years old.
A
this is
family
White
tree,
House.
that is wonderful.
Wow.
Family
Oh,
tree. And there
my.
she is here at the going back how many generations ago they started?
Oh my
Oh,
goodness.
1715.
Oh my goodness. That
1750.
is, oh, that is a beautiful thing for them to keep that records like that of their family members.
Wow.
first time I've seen an obituary with
Mhm.
that in.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's beautiful.
that is beautiful.
It
How many
sounds like
kids?
Her garden. They talked about her garden over here.
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
Look at her.
Wow.
Love
That-
her
Look
garden.
at Georgia.
Look at her.
oh
Look at
my
that.
goodness.
Oh my goodness.
She is
You
gorgeous.
stand tall and she's standing proud. Look at that.
Look at that.
That's nice. That's
Look
beautiful.
at the doves there. That is just they
And
they
then
really
this-
did a good job.
Oh,
You know,
oh,
they
look
not-
at the
This is when
pictures.
she was a baby. This
it
my
was
Wow.
full of
Nice.
substance.
Howard Johnson cell.
right. This is her when she was younger, very
Wow.
young, maybe a teenager or so.
94 years old.
Oh, wow.
I
There
bet
she
the
is here
church was
dancing.
packed.
She's doing some kind of dancing here, something.
Yes.
Okay.
Georgia, Miss Teresa, how many kids did she have? Just those two?
I think 5. I think I read
Five.
5. At 5. Yes.
Wow.
I think one passed on.
This is beautiful.
So this
She
is
did
what
a
they-
great job and she kept her family close.
Look at this gorgeous picture of
instilled in
her
them
here.
Yeah.
the good thing.
Gorgeous picture. Yeah. Yeah.
And all
So
that time I was thinking that she had an aide there with her. That was one of her kids. How about that?
Yep.
Even her granddaughter said when she came over, she said, my grandma would, have me doing, asking me what's this. And if she didn't know, she had her to look it up and whatever.
So
That was
they wanted
great.
me to share this with you also. I'm sharing it with you.
Thank you so much.
Or-
In
I
the write-up,
got
do
it.
they mention the iPad class in the write-up?
Yeah, they
there?
did. They mentioned here, let me see if I could find it. It said,
Uh-huh.
it says here in this third paragraph, I think it's the third one or fourth, it says here, Georgia was a very active person. She enjoyed various hobbies, including ceramics, crochet, dancing, embroidery, exercising, gardening, sewing, and singing. Along with that, she was involved in many community programs, namely the Neighborhood Watch, the Dean Wood Recreation Center, the East River Family Strength
Wow.
Collaborate, so others might eat. So that's where how we got her name. We got it from there to, and finally, the Department of Aging, Wild Tech, where she received a senior iPad program certificate for completion of technical training and won first place in the Valentine's karaoke contest. So they did
Yeah,
that.
that's beautiful.
And these are her
Mhm.
kids here. These are one son died, it seemed, and then these are the survivors here. Great grand and great grands. Mhm.
It's a beautiful obituary. That is lovely. I have when I
And
I
the
almost-
minister who eulogized her, what is his name? The
All right,
minister who
let's go
eulogized her.
there. Let's see.
Yes.
And what church was
In the
that?
first part right here, right? Yeah, Lord.
Pastor
Dr.
Lord
Lord
Gaines.
Reverend Dr. Lloyd Gaines. It's Peace Lutheran Church in Northeast on 49th Place.
Yeah, he's very good. He's a very good speaker,
Okay.
and he spoke very well.
Okay. Mhm. So this was it. This was her send off.
Thank you.
I
Thank
was
you.
starting to get it in yesterday when we were, but then I don't know what happened. The thing went out when I was looking at the pictures, and mine just went out. And then we were on the iPad, and
I
and
see
you
where she
just-
was buried at Lincoln
Uh-huh.
Memorial.
Yeah.
See y'all
Okay,
later.
yeah.
I gotta go to noonday service, okay?
Have a
Bye-bye.
good day. All right.
Okay.
All right. I'm going to say goodbye for now so we can, today's Friday, right?
Uh-huh.
So this is it. This was Georgia. And
Yeah.
Lovely picture.
All her pictures are beautiful.
Okay.
And like someone pointed out, she aged very well.
She did.
She really did.
I would
Mm.
not
I
have
didn't
believed
know Georgia,
that
but
born
that's
in
very beautiful.
And her cognitive, was very much intact, at that age, it was brilliant.
I'm
That's
sorry,
what,
Miss
that's what
Teresa, I
working in
have
the
to
garden,
leave.
working in the gardens will do
Okay.
that, help you with that kind of stuff, your cognitive, working in the gardens, help
Yeah.
you with memory and stuff like that.
Mhm.
Miss
That's great.
Teresa, I
Yes.
have to leave.
Okay, well, it's
All
lovely
right.
being part of the class, and we'll see you on Monday, right?
Yes, I'll see you Monday,
Okay.
10:30.
Yep, 10:30.
All
I'll
right,
be
I'll be
continue
here.
with
Bye,
Keynote.
y'all.
You
Enjoy
have,
the rest of your day.
Everyone
I
have
want
a good
everybody to
weekend.
make sure they
You
have the
too.
app for Monday. The
I have
Keynote.
it.
Good.
I
Very
found mine.
good. All right,
Okay.
John. Good.
Which
Okay.
app?
Have
Which
a
app?
good
do you-
weekend.
Thank you. Have a great one.
Okay. And
Thank
you all
you, Teresa.
have the most well, for those of you who are not coming on this afternoon, have the most wonderful weekend. Stay out of the heat.
Mhm.
And
And-
stay cool.
And you
But-
do the same, Miss Teresa, if I don't come on later.
Right. And for those of you who want to learn more about Zoom, that's this afternoon. We'll be doing, Alex will probably be, he enjoys doing this one, so I'm going to allow him to do it. And
Okay.
all right.
Thank you,
Okay.
Teresa, so much.
Thank you, Teresa. Thank you so much. Have a great
Thank you.
weekend.
All
Have a
right.
great one. All right.
And mind the heat. Take care.
Okay.
Okay, thank you, Miss Teresa.
Teresa,
All right.
is it hot down there?
It's hot in high 90s. Very
Oh,
high.
yeah.
Right.
It might be up to 100 today in
Yes,
DC.
Go ahead.
Wow.
No, they say 105.
Oh,
Yeah,
my.
I was just ready to mention that. You got to it first. Yeah.
Mhm.